Hey guys, Ken77 still 171, back with another ATS video. We are still in the Kenworth K100 COE, cab over engine. Dismissed the grain hauler we had in the last video. Stopped at a repair shop. I was going to put some more cool lights on the front, but there really aren't any available in this truck. I did change the overhead cab lights to match a little bit more the square look of those lights. And we've got a heavy load. I believe it's the heaviest load in American Truck Simulator. It's 123,000 pounds. It's a transformer, and it's only going 240 miles from Yuma, Arizona to Los Angeles. But it certainly will be a test for the truck. Should have enough gearing to do it. So let's get to it here. Let me make sure I'm centered. This truck does have a little engine computer right there. Wonder, does it have? Has it average miles to empty? How many gallons? I did fill up the fuel tank. Cruise control, oil temp. It's warm. It's relatively warm because I drove over to the repair shop and then to the truck stop for fuel. Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting a warning on YouTube. Give me a second. What is it saying? Weird. Sorry, I was just looking at YouTube here. I got a warning that the stream bitrate was 5296. It's lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend use a bitrate of 13.5, which is more than my internet connection can handle. So that maybe I just never noticed that before, because we're actually streaming at 6100. I don't know. Just weird. I'd never seen that warning. I just saw the warning in the corner of my eye pop up. So let me go back to ATS here. I guess we'll just go with it. I have no idea why it's doing that or why it thinks there's a problem. Never seen that before, or never noticed it before anyway. All right, let me recenter again just to be sure. Always best to do that when you're stopped. Alrighty. Don't know whether it's because I'm streaming in 1440, but I have been for a while. Seemingly without any problems. Or at least nobody's reporting any issues. Let's get going. We're going to start out in low, obviously. I'm going to go over this way so we can make that corner. Because we got to turn left. This often happens where it goes low, and then low-high, and then right back to low. It can't make up its mind. We have our cat there.
Turn left.
Yeah, say like it's... Alright, we got it. I just heard a horse braying. Well, that's weird. Getting that bit rate warning again. But I'm streaming at 7,000, so I don't know what the issue is. Definitely a heavy load.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I forgot to move the time forward into daylight, which I would have preferred for this load, but man, we got a way station coming up here. You can bypass the way station. That's nice.
Go straight on.
Where the hell do I gotta go? Right here. Hey, Pepitoa, how's it going, man?
Never mind. I'll find a new route. Reroute.
New truck, new load since you were last on. We're in a Kenworth K100. Pulling 123,000 pound transformer. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do something. They told me I could bypass the way station, so. It's about 3 p.m. here. Early in the morning for you. What are you doing up this early? Or is it your normal time to be up? See if we could go to 8 low. We got a little short delivery going here, just a couple 100 miles. Yeah, the last truck was the Mac R series. Yeah, I didn't do that many with it. It's in the garage. We can always switch back to it. This is just the second load I've done with this truck. Hey Chad, how's it going? Yeah, I think we only did 2 or 3 loads with that truck. I don't know why I didn't do more. I guess I was kind of wanting to try out the new Volvo VNL that we bought. And then I realized we hadn't driven this, so I did a quick build. Had to upgrade a garage, so I had room. And then, all these old school trucks are so cool and unique. But the Mac is sitting in the garage, so we can always easily switch in and out of the trucks. Yeah, give me a second here. Let me get to a place where it's straight. I can switch to it real quick here. Yeah. You really got to be careful going to that outside view. It's a good looking rig. I like the K100. I don't think I've ever actually seen one in real life. Not on the road. Certainly at truck shows and stuff, but... I've got a Kenworth K200 available. It's basically a modernized version of this truck. It was very popular in Australia. I don't think the U.S. ever actually got the K200.
Keep left.
Here, I'll go back outside view. I have to be really careful when I go outside view. It's easy to lose your lane. Whoa. Well, in the U.S., cabovers were used for the same reason they used them in Europe. They had length laws. When those length laws were eliminated, we went to the long nose style trucks. Europe still has length laws, and so that's why they still have cabovers. We need to get over. Yep. Also, the sleeper berths in Europe are a lot smaller than ours, generally. Scania has one called the Longliner, I think. It's got a pretty big sleeper. But I think it's only like a demo truck. I don't think they actually sell it. But Scania might enter the U.S. market. We'll see. Bob Wilson, I think is his name. He's got a YouTube channel. He's done some work with Scania. They're touring the U.S. truck shows with a Scania right now, trying to gauge interest. But I think they're going to have to do something with sleeper berth size to really sell it here. Or they could market it towards short and regional haul trucks. That'd be another alternative, where the size of the sleeper berth isn't so important. Yeah, they might. We'll see. He's got a good video series. They went through the factory, had to do a video series on building the truck, and then bringing it over. And he's been driving it around in the U.S. I think about a year now. And Scania is already in the U.S. in some ways. The International LT has essentially a Scania derived engine. The S13 and the T14 transmission are essentially Scania derived. And of course, Volvo's been here for years.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Oh, fuck me.
Turn right.
Oh, they're fucking... Well, in California here, the speed limit for trucks is 55, and not for everybody else, is one problem. Also, this load is very heavy, so I can't exactly just zoom around. Now it says keep left. Short little trip. We need the right lane.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. Go straight on.
Man. Where the hell is the entrance at? Is it right there? No, it's down the end of the...
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
right in here.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. You have arrived at your destination. Your route guide is now finished.
What did he say? Hey, screen time. He says, doing a heavy haul, nice. Yeah, you did some hot shot trucking on ATS. I didn't know you could do that. Is it a cargo pack or something, or how do you do? I know they were doing like Ford pickup trucks and I think a Ford Mustang or something. I didn't know that was actually active, or if it's in beta, or. I'm just gonna do that. What the hell? So what is it behind us? Of course, it's behind us. So now I gotta frickin' turn around. Why the hell would you set the parking like that? Like the opposite direction of the truck? That's... What are we gonna do? I have an idea. We can... is do a U-turn right here, which is probably illegal. And go back in that entrance we just came out of. There's no way you would actually be able to turn this around in that parking lot without seriously jackknifing it. Okay, so it's by a modder by the name of John Ruda. Okay, I've heard that name before. So it's a mod available in Steam Workshop, or is it something you got to download off their website? Because that'd be kind of cool. I know I've seen they're working on a deal with Ford where you're gonna be able to drive around, you know, um, in I think a Mustang and an F-150. It's something you download on their website. Okay, I'll take a look. Is it free, or do you got to pay for it, or what? What? How are they handling that? Because that would be pretty cool. Let's see. 6,000. What interesting loads are out here? Live pigs. Unfortunately, they don't. Most of these, they don't actually show you loading or unloading cattle, animals, or anything. It's paid, but it's got a lot of customizations. You can put your own logo on it. That's cool. You know what they're charging for it? Is it like reasonable, or is it kind of why is it cargo weight? I think we're gonna take this one here. Relatively easy trip, pays decent money. It's a little longer than I want to do on a single trip. My kind of goal lately is when I made enough money. I've done a few small trips and sleep breaks. We're up there on the money side again. So my thought process had been with this is I wanted to get through all of the kind of cool old school trucks, and then I wanted to get in the brand new Volvo that just got released recently, which we've not driven, but we purchased it a while ago, and I'd like to go up with that new Volvo and explore the Illinois map, which is an all new map too. Haven't been in there at all. So I kind of like to do that in the new truck. Is what I was thinking about doing. So what we might do is from now we'll just work our way back towards Phoenix and maybe towards Dallas in this truck, and then Papatoa had mentioned that I only did a couple of trips in that Mac R series with the two-stroke Detroit, which was a really cool truck. I don't know why I only did a couple of trips with it. I think I was planning on doing that and then doing the Volvo, and then I remembered we hadn't driven this truck yet either. I do believe that's the last of the old school trucks. There is a Dodge 800, which is more like a big dually pickup truck. It's about 35 bucks. Came out with. It's got a bundle that comes with a Dodge Ram and a Ford F-350. Oh, okay. That's reasonable. I mean, because it takes a lot of work to customize those things. Does it just interject into the game like a regular mod when you download it? You just stick it in the folder and it becomes available as a mod? One thing I always wonder is why. I mean, I'm sure it's correct north-south, but like it always seems like they've got the U.S. like cockeyed. It's like angled, which I'm sure it is in the map. Or I don't know. I just always looks like it's angled to me in a weird way. You don't usually see it presented north-south in that way, because that's basically straight north. I don't know. All right, well let's take this load to Phoenix. That's our best bet. It'll be lightweight stuff. Okay, cool. So they made it easy to put into the game and take out of the game, which is good. Cool. So you just download and put it in the mod folder. Okay, cool. I'll have to look into that. Thanks for letting me know. That'd certainly be another interesting way to get around in the game. Do I assume it comes with its own loads and trailers and things like that?
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Gonna cheat there, guys. Got a green light and a red arrow, which is annoying. Don't do that in real life. Unless it's 3 o'clock in the morning and there's nobody around.
Straight up.
And still don't do it. It's bad advice. Don't do that. Follow the traffic laws. This is a game, not real life. Comes with a 35-foot and 25-foot gooseneck trailer and a horse-type trailer. Okay. So you own the trailer and you run around and find loads, just like in the game, when you have a specific trailer type. That's cool. Cool. The mod, it's one thing about ATS and ETS is the mod community is really amazing. There's so much work done by people. They do amazing jobs of creating trucks and engines and all the stuff.
Go straight up. Go straight up. Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
Come on, dudes. Go.
Keep right and then turn right. Turn right. Keep right and then turn right. Turn right. Here we are, safe and sound.
Why did it not trigger the... Well. Because I missed the icon. There we go. That's where I recognized his name from. So he did, he's got some other trucks. I remember seeing, I think I remember seeing it when I was looking for a Freightliner XL Classic or an FLD, the long nose Freightliner. I think that's where I saw his name pop up. I ended up with an FLD from Harvin, I think, which was just on the Steam Workshop.
Ready to go.
Come on, go. What the hell? Peterbilt. Okay, so he's got a Peterbilt cab. Yeah, I'll have to look at his other stuff because USA Trailer Pack. Okay, so cool trailers better than in the standard game trailer. Yeah, yeah, I would say that is a limit. The game has some limitations on what you can do with trailers. Um, I'll have to take a look at it and see if what all is available. I mean, I have a bunch of W900s already, and I don't know if I got a 389. I forget if that's a 389 or if it's a. Yeah, I do have a Peterbilt 389. So what I did in this profile, I started out as a total newbie. In case you're new, started out with this International LT. No, it was this one, like a super basic truck. I have another profile that's I'm at like level 100 or something. I don't remember. But it crashed when they did a game update. One of the mods I had, or several of the mods. So what I did was start a brand new profile with no mods in it at all, and started with this truck, and then did that one, then built a little nicer one, handed that truck off to a company driver, and then just worked down the list of available trucks. On the new side, there's an older Volvo. There's the W900. And then we did the Peterbilt 389. And then I started getting into some old school classic trucks and found those. Those are all mods that I found. Here's the Mac R series that I did my last one in. And then I remembered I had this K100 that we hadn't driven yet. And then what I was going to do is go back and drive the brand new Volvo VNL, which is, we built this. It's not driven by anybody. And I was going to drive this around the new Illinois map. Yeah, like I said, I started off as a new profile, and I just sort of went down the list of all the new trucks. And at least in the beginning, I started with like the most basic truck, reasonable power, 400, 450 horse, and was concentrating on efficiency and fuel economy, and just did the cab overs. And then on this one, I did do a sleeper berth because it just looks a lot better. So the Argosy is nice too. I forget who did this one. It might be also by Harvin. Love the dash on this one because it's exactly like the truck I drove. I drove a Freightliner Century for a couple years, and gives me good memories. So then we did this International 9800. This is a really cool truck. It's kind of fugly. Like the front of it's kind of ugly, but the interior of this truck is absolutely astounding. Like it's just the front of it's just kind of not that pretty. Mostly the headlights. They could have done something else. I don't know. And you're sitting in front of the front wheels, and it is short. It's got a super short wheelbase, but look at the interior of this thing. Completely flat floor for a cab over, and a gigantic bunk that's almost as big as a modern long nose. So like driving this truck is actually really nice. It's easy to drive. It's got a great turning radius. But if you had to live in this truck, you could because it's so big inside. I don't think they were that popular. I've never seen one. Never seen one in real life that I can recall. It's sort of an ugly truck, but super practical. And then you got the FLB. Yeah, it is. It's a nice truck. It doesn't look that great, but compare that to like this FLB, which if you look, the wheelbase is actually longer on this truck. You're sitting behind the front wheel a bit, but the interior space is a gigantic hump, and like there's the bed. There's like no room in it at all. And yet it's even a bigger truck outside. So somehow that 9800 International 9800 is like it's bigger on the inside than the outside somehow. because it's because of the nose sticking out, I guess. And then I went to this Freightliner FLD, which is a long nose truck. These mod trucks always take a while to load. So this truck is pretty cool. It drives a little funny though. It's really bouncy in the front end. Like it tends to bounce up and down when you hit bumps. And it's basically got about the same amount of room as that cab over did. So we got our cat. Similar dash to the Argosy. Here, I'll show you the Argosy. This one loads in really slow too. A lot of these mod trucks, a couple things I've noticed. They load kind of slow, and they're all way overweight. So, well, that's the dash I drove for a couple years. And if the lights are on or not, I don't think they are. Super colorful, easy to read. All the gauges are... Let me see if I can put the lights on. No, the lights don't... You can't. Can't turn on the dash lights. It has a hump too. So... But it's closer internal space to that 9800. But the dash is identical to the Century that I drove. So are the mirrors. Yeah, these are all on the Steam Workshop. That's where I got them from, the Steam Workshop. I believe they were done by Harvin. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was a Harvin build. He's built quite a few trucks. But all of these mods, pretty much all of them, the Argosy, the International, all of these are significantly overweight. If you'll have a standard size load, under 45,000 pounds, and you'll be sitting at 83 or 84,000 pounds, which means that the truck, I've weighed the tractor by itself, and they're all about 4,000 pounds overweight, approximately. And must just have something to do with the way that the mod truck is constructed. I don't know what they'd use to build those trucks, and then the way it's imported into the game or something. The result is that you need to run a little bigger engine than you might think. I was starting off with standard engines, and I'm like, man, why is this thing so damn slow? Well, it's because it's 4,000 pounds overweight. Some of them more so than others. The Argosy is really heavy. I think the FLD was pretty heavy too. A couple of these are really heavy. So that's one thing I've noticed. Versus the regular trucks that they come with the game, all seem to be appropriate in their weight. So just a weird anomaly. It doesn't really matter because you don't get fined for being overweight in the game, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get this thing to Arizona. When you haul these trucks that follow you, you got to be a little careful because they it's easy to clip a corner with the truck, with the last truck. You got to make sure you got just when you go around the corner, it's easy for that last truck to clip something if you're not careful. It doesn't follow behind you quite like a double or a regular trailer. On that last trip, we got 4.6 miles per gallon, which is not bad considering it was 120,000 pounds. Nope. Probably not realistic. This truck's running a Caterpillar 3406E. from Z Mods. That's another big mod group you can look into. They do a lot of engines and sound and some physics mods also. You got to buy them you buy them on their website and then download it and then stick it in the folder, same as you were talking about with the Ruda mods. Well, come on, make up your mind on the shifting.
Keep right, and then turn right.
You get up here to the stop sign, and I'll read your message there. Ruda also came out with Enio. There's a chassis option which allows you to turn it into a heavy wrecker and do towing. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Similar to you load your hauling now. Oh, okay, mine. Okay, so you just back up to it and it links into your truck. That's cool. See right there, you got to be careful. You can clip that truck on that curb pretty easy.
Keep left, and then turn left.
I've got damage turned off, but still.
Turn left.
I think the cargo can still be damaged, so I'm not sure.
Keep right.
Yeah, so you're saying you're excited about that update to be able to drive different cars. Yeah, and just explore the amazing world. Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be cool. I've had a few people say they think it might diminish the game in some way. Um, I don't know. Uh, I think it'd be cool to be able to explore all kinds of interesting places from the perspective of the car. I wonder if it's going to link in with ATS or if it's going to be like a separate game or program, or you'll have it in your fleet like you do your semis. I wonder how they're going to handle that. I've also heard they're gonna be doing a total rewrite of the graphics engine at some point.
Keep left.
So I kind of wonder whether they're gonna wait. Are they gonna redo the graphics engine first, you know, and then do all those things, or how are they gonna handle that? Because the game is running on a pretty old graphics engine. It's amazing what they do, and SCS is not a huge company. They don't have a huge engineering team or software development team. I think it's like a couple hundred people, which is not small, but it's amazing what they do. Oh, Mr. Policeman. For some reason, I feel like I am sitting way too high. Seat position. I felt this way for a while, like I was sitting perched really high on the seat for some reason. What was that you were saying? Heard that too. Also heard that they're coming out with a coach bus DLC. That'd be cool for Euro Truck Simulator. You get to drive a coach bus and pick up people and take them to that. That'd be a cool addition too. That way, you bring in more people with different interests into the game, which would be good, and sales opportunities, too. I play ETS too. Also, I've got a few streams up from there. Definitely a different challenge in Europe. As an American truck driver, it can be a little bit frustrating because speeds are pretty slow, but it's also challenging when it comes to maneuvering and experiencing completely different equipment. They have some amazing equipment over there. The work they do is impressive. That you rarely play ETS because it's about the same as what I think that the coach bus will get you back into it. Yeah, I don't play ETS as often either. I tend to get frustrated with the road system, the speeds. I actually really like the semis. I had a Scania, a truck, a Scania. What series was it? I don't remember. I don't remember what it was. Anyway, I had a Scania in ATS, which was cool, but then the mod broke at some point, and it never worked again. So I think Bruce Wilson's the only guy I know of that has a Scania. He's got a '90s one that he brought into the States from Canada, and then he's got a current Scania that they built the Scania in Sweden and brought it over, and he's circulating through the American truck shows with it. I think judging interest. But, whoa, shit. Yeah, ETS, I mean, it is challenging. Completely different types of cargoes with the steerable trailers, and it is fun and interesting. But I always tend to come back to ATS, Drove a truck for about 10 years. So it's, is a YouTuber. She hasn't posted in a while. Her name is Calamity Kim. She's a truck driver in UK. Heavy haul work. Really cool. Her videos are interesting. She knows how to drive all the stuff, the heavy equipment, put it on there, load it, tying it down. She's really pretty amazing. But she left the UK and moved to the United States. But in the process, her YouTube channel has kind of gotten screwed up because the phone number, some kind of issue with phone number attached to her YouTube account, and she hasn't been able to post any videos. So, I don't know whether she's going to have to start from scratch or what she's going to have to do. She's not a big enough YouTuber for Google to really care. Yeah, which is unfortunate. But her other videos from the UK are great. She posted one near the end of her run in UK. It was 150 metric tons. She drives a Scania R series. I can't remember. 750 horse, 780 horse, something like that. Had a newer engine put in it at some point. But some pretty cool stuff out there. Really hate driving in California in the game. 55 mile an hour, and everybody else is going by you at 70. It's freaking stupid. Come on, dude. Man, fried chicken sounds good. Saw that advert, that KOC truck, and I'm like, damn. That would be yummy. Now the guy's gonna haul ass. Welcome to Arizona, where you can actually go a reasonable speed in a truck. Well, it's pulling the way station. Finding a new route. $80,463. Boy. Almost there, guys. sure. Yeah, looking forward to the DLC for British Canada. Yeah, yeah, that'll be beautiful up there. I wonder what the timeline is for that for British Columbia. Seems like SCS has a lot of stuff going on.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Go straight up.
Ah, that's great, dude. Just pulled right out in front of me.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left. This is where it ends.
Once British Columbia comes out, they're working on the next province over in, yeah, north of British Columbia. Yeah, once they, hey, we made it to the next level. Yay. Yeah, Alaska would be amazing. I don't know what the road system is in Alaska in real life, but the scenery would be absolutely astounding up there, for sure. Yeah, that would be really cool because it's so green and the mountains and all the wildlife and stuff. Again, I just wonder though. They're going to do British Columbia. They're doing the Ford thing, and then they're also talking about doing a total rewrite of the game engine. And unless all the stuff they're creating can just be imported and laid over the top of that new game engine, um, it kind of makes you wonder, like, are they going to have to redo everything, or can they just, layer it over the top? Maybe they can. So I don't know. Um, SCS posts a lot on YouTube too. I've seen them talk about show videos of new things that are coming, and they're definitely interactive with the fans. So that's really cool. So what I'm trying to decide right now is for I need to take a break for a minute. Don't know whether I want to stay in the truck or go back. Papatoa, one of the other, uh, he's up on the list here. Um, I only did a couple deliveries in that Mac R series, and maybe go back to do that, or um, keep running our way back towards Dallas in the truck that we have, and then switch out to because home base is Dallas in this profile, and then switch into the Volvo, and then maybe we can't quick travel to any place here, so we'll have to figure out what we're gonna do. Maybe up to Iowa, and then start running around in the Illinois map and explore an entirely new map. I'm a little concerned because when Iowa dropped, um, I noticed my frame rates were significantly worse in the new maps. And I asked ChatGPT about that. And apparently, it's a pretty common issue that there's just a lot more detail in those maps, and it hammers the computer a bit more. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, as they move east, I mean there's a few big states, um, and the density is going to start to really increase as they go east, especially Ohio. Ohio has a ton of cities. I don't even know how they're going to do that. You got Cincinnati, Dayton, Columbus, Cleveland, Toledo, Akron's in there, Youngstown. Um, Indiana has Indianapolis, Michigan, Detroit. Not much else in Michigan. Kentucky's got quite a few cities too. You got all of northern Kentucky is pretty busy. Georgetown, Lexington, Louisville, Nashville in Tennessee. That'll be interesting. These you got Georgia, Atlanta. So yeah, they're definitely adding. I mean, Iowa dropped not that long ago, and then they did Illinois. So seems like they're moving pretty quickly with the maps. But yeah, when they get out to the east, New York City, DC, Baltimore, out there, it's gonna be Miami. Imagine that. That'd be cool. It won't even let me drag the map over there. um, yeah, this profile I haven't explored most of this middle section here. In my other original profile, I've got most of the map driven on. So don't know. I don't know if I've heard them talk about whether or not the new game engine can be just stuck underneath all of the things that they've created, or you know, I don't know. All right, so what are we gonna do? I need to take a break myself for a minute. Regardless, could just trade back into the Mac R series. That'll put us in Dallas. We could do a few loads around that area in that truck. Let's see what loads are available to head east, though, just to see. Might be worth. I'd rather get paid to drive out there than not. But if there aren't any decent loads heading east, Hobbs, New Mexico, Roswell, Albuquerque, Cruces. Look at that one. Chlorine. Talk about a dangerous. Carl's bad. Where is the hell on? Where was the one? Crucis. There it is. Yeah, maybe we'll do Crucis. That's on I-10. That won't take us that long. It pays a little bit of money. It's 40,000 pounds. Yeah, let's do one more. I should be able to handle waiting that long to take a break. And we're 24 miles from the pickup, so in case anybody hadn't seen, there is a way to cheat. The only reason I'm going to do that is because... So, you go outside, use your keyboard, and then you can fly through the air. It does give you an interesting way to see the map. Oops, I missed it. Get down close to the ground, and you hit Control F9. And then you're magically there. Definitely cheating. I don't do that very often, but it is a useful tool when you're a little time crunched. I've used it when there's a load that's about to expire and you only have a few minutes to get there and you don't have enough time to drive to the pickup point, or you miss it.
Okay, here we go.
Still have plenty of fuel. We don't need to... Oh, shit, is it a double? No, it isn't a double. Okay. I hit reverse, guys. Thank you. Probably I didn't hit reverse. Yeah, shit.
Let's do this.
Shouldn't take us that long to get over to Crucis. Running across I-10 from Phoenix it's pretty fast running across the southwest, unlike California. Alright, who's got the green light? There you go. That's a soft-sided trailer. See those a lot in Europe too. Why is the bus just sitting there not moving? What are you doing, dude? The bus is still sitting back there. That's a weird AI glitch. I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
watch your speed up here.
Keep left.
It's kind of a tight turn. Speed limit 65, but you really can't. Quick. 1440. I don't know, for some reason I was noticing that the road signs seemed not very clear. I don't know. We get done with this one, I think I'm going to call it a day, guys, at least for a while. I need to get up and take a break and get some stuff done. It's going to be weird when we switch into that Volvo. It's going to be super quiet. This is my least favorite time to drive, during morning and dawn and dusk. Looks like dust. Right there.
Go straight up.
Dust or fog or... Wow, that's cool. Welcome to New Mexico. Way station. Please pull in for inspection. Well, probably gonna miss it. Yep. Oh, made it. Shouldn't have bothered.
Let's find a new route. Go straight up.
Yeah. That was an unrealistic stop. You definitely would have crashed in real life if you'd have tried that. Boy. Come on, dude. Make the fucking pass. right here anyway.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Oh, I thought we were turning right for some reason.
Go straight on.
Well, we totally blew that. Totally blew that light. I don't know why, but that red light was not very visible. I didn't see it till the last minute, and something is going on with the graphics. I don't know what it is, but it's
Keep left, and then
it's sometimes
turn left.
really dark off in the distance, like it's not properly rendering it. I don't know what's going on,
Turn left.
but that particular red light was like not very visible. Oops, don't do that in real life.
Go straight on.
See, like that green light is really easy, and then it yellow, and then red. I don't know. I've been having some issues with the draw distance, I think, where it's like the screen is just, that wasn't the case there, but like it's just black beyond about where the traffic light is there. It's just black. You can't see anything. And it's like it's not rendering the map or drawing the map out where it should. I don't know.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Every fucking red light.
Turn right.
Feels that way in real life too sometimes. It's really frustrating when there's nobody sitting at the cross street and it's like, why did it turn?
Get ready to turn left.
XP. Yep. Fuck that one up. I'm just gonna go external. I enjoy the challenge of trying to do it from the cab, but I've got to turn my head to the left to make that happen with the head tracking, and it's not always. Spread triple axles like that mess it up too, because it tends to spin on the middle axle there. Not a good job. Not a good job. And that was about as easy as it could possibly be. I can always tell when I'm getting tired when I don't back up worth a shit. True in real life also. Not perfect, but it'll do. Alright, guys. Oh, that's interesting. DLC browser. No. Alright, guys, that'll be it for today, at least for now. I'm getting tired, and I either need to go to sleep to get up to work tonight, or take a break. With a lot of the mods I have, one thing I have been thinking about doing is wanting to do a pre-recorded RP series. What's an RP series? Roleplay. Okay. Yeah, there are guys that do like have all the realism turned on, all the fines, all the basically make it as true to life as possible. Um and they play only in that way. That having driven a real truck, there are things in the game though that are, you can see the cat. You can see the cat on its back yawning and sticking its legs up in the air. That's funny. Um, um, the game is easier than driving a real truck and harder sometimes too, especially because your field of view is just not what you have in real life. We see much wider than you can in the game. I have head tracking using this Brio 4K. You guys can't see it right here, but I have a right up there. There's a webcam that looks at my face. That's how I get the head tracking done using Beam Eye Tracker. but it isn't perfect. And in real life, when you turn your head left and right, it's just, it's just real life's easier to see. There's more visibility in real life than in the game. So, but on the other hand, you can go to an external view in the game, which you can't do in real life. Although I've seen some truck drivers recently that use drones, both for content creation, but also I wonder if they're looking at the screen and they'll hover the drone like over the trailer so they can see the whole dock and their parking space and the truck. And I don't know whether they're just using it to capture film, capture video, or if they're utilizing it to help them back up the truck. I've also seen some people that have cameras mounted in their trailers, both watching people load and unload the trailer for one reason, for security purposes, and also damage possibly. But they'll open the doors and then they'll turn on that camera, and then they can see the dock, with as they approach and get the alignment correct. Yeah, there's a few places I've been that were kind of a pain in the ass to back into, or very nearly impossible, given what you can see in the mirrors and the stuff around you. Sometimes the visibility, you just don't have the perspective. What, if you could see it, you'd know how to turn the wheel and how to maneuver the truck, but you can't see what you need to see. And having an overview like that with a drone would be cool, or a camera in the back of the truck, in the back of the trailer, um, or down the sides of the trailer or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of controversy in the U.S. with this too. A lot of carriers are requiring inward facing cameras, and for they want to see if you were texting when the accident happened or whatever. Actually, I recently, it was on some mother trucker. I think it was his. There's a bunch of trucking channels I follow. Driver got fired because they he was doing something in the truck, in the sleeper, that he shouldn't have, or that they thought he shouldn't have, private stuff, if you know what I mean. And they had video of it, and so there's just no problem. They say the cameras are only on when you're driving, but apparently that's not necessarily the case. Forward facing dash cams, as a truck driver, I would absolutely have one. I have one in my personal car, and I would probably want one facing forward, maybe one facing inward too. Um, if it was my dash cam and I was in control of the video. Would also like to have cameras down the sides, and one on each door looking backwards in the blind spot areas, to see, did the car hit me or did I drift out of the lane and hit them? You'd have proof. I would definitely recommend a dash cam for anybody. Um, if you're just a regular driver, like Uber or rideshare, then you want inward facing so you can have recordings of what the passengers were doing for proof of anything that happens. If you're just a regular person commuting to work, you really only need a forward facing and maybe one in the back. I would recommend Viofo. Had a lot of good luck with those. Unless you live in a very hot climate, then they tend to malfunction. And Vantrue. I've had pretty good luck with the Vantrue cameras as well. Forward facing, front, in, back. They work pretty damn well. But there's a bunch of them too. There are some that broadcast out to LTE, over LTE. So even if the camera's destroyed, or the thief, when if you get carjacked, they steal the camera, there's still video stored on a remote server. Those cost more. But yeah, definitely a dash cam. I don't think the government in the United States, the government is not requiring dash cams or any kind of cameras. It's so far it's being pushed by companies. Yeah, me too. I follow some trucker channels. Like I said, Bruce Wilson, he does the Scania stuff. But then there's some other, and Calamity Kim, heavy haul work. Who else? There's a few others. Mostly I see them on shorts on Facebook or YouTube. But anyway, well, guys, I think that's about it for the day. I'm getting a little tired. I need to take a break. And riding with Dave, yeah, Trucker Josh, yeah, yeah, I've heard of those two. A lot of content out there. You know, it's kind of weird because I was doing trucking videos a long time ago, long before. I don't want to say that I was the first, but I was up there in the first. You can go back in my YouTube channel and find stuff that I posted 2005, 2006. Um, my very first video, I think, was in that Freightliner Century. I stuck a cell phone up on the dashboard and did an acceleration run down a highway ramp with an empty trailer. The video quality's terrible. The audio quality's terrible, but I did a lot of what would be today considered a vlog, where I put a GoPro on my ball cap and just recorded and just yapping about whatever was going on in life or the world or politics or technology or whatever came to my mind, which is a vlog today. That term didn't exist at the time. I was doing hour, 2 hour long videos back then. And then I have quite a few when I did the pneumatic tanker, where I did some backing up videos with multiple cameras. I did an unloading video showing how to unload a pneumatic tanker. Um, so I've been doing trucking videos for a long time, and then once I quit driving a rig, you know, I kind of disappeared for a while. Problem with my older stuff is when you go back and look at it now, it looks terrible on high def TVs. You know, some of it's recorded in 4:3 because that was the standard at the time. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. You have a great one. I appreciate everybody following the stream, whoever was out there. It's much appreciated. Like, follow, subscribe, whatever you want to do. It's much appreciated, and I enjoy the conversations too. Anyway, guys, you have a good one and be safe out there. Talk to you guys later.